On 2 Peace Corps volunteers, Deontay, Emerson, and Virginia Hamilton, to deliver their remarks. Let's give them a hand of applause.
Good morning. There was an idea that Alan, our staging director, brought up that I've thought about almost every day since we've been here in Namibia. The idea that Peace Corps is something that we have to recommit to. Something that we have to say yes to each and every day. As 55 enthusiastic, ambitious, and certainly naive trainees departed DC, we never thought that Alan's words would become so real so early in service. We lost Mitch, and we had to choose to recommit to the ideals that brought him here, to travel across the ocean to the land of the brave. Mitch filled his day here with yeses. From greeting each person at the airport, even though we were all exhausted, to eagerly learning new languages and taking time to get to know each and every one of his fellow trainees. Mitch said yes, not just to Peace Corps, but to service. In his short time at Peace Corps, he exemplified the best of America. And in his passing, he brought out the best of Namibia. To the staff, we can't begin to thank you for the kindness and care you showed us during this time. Sitting vigil to his body, organizing memorials, allowing us to grieve, rearranging our PST, and supporting us and Mitch's family throughout the entire. There are no words for our gratitude. Through your actions for a complete stranger, you taught us a lot about what it means to serve. We came to Namibia to be teachers, but we're also learners. Ginny and I sat down with Kevin last Saturday and tried to work through some things that we wanted to say in this speech. And something that he said that really stuck out to us was that it's really important that we don't get in the way of ourselves. Change will only happen if we let it. But I'm confident that our ability to create change, even if the only change that we create is in our own hearts and minds.
To change is to be altered, modified, or transformed. I'd like to throw in a little metaphor I heard during school-based training and paraphrase it a bit, but it really reminds me of what it means to be a resilient leader. Being in Peace Corps Namibia is like being thrown into a boiling pot of water. It's confusing, there's suddenly a lot going on, and you're sweating a lot. It's hot here in Namibia. I don't know if you guys have noticed. But anyway, now, imagine your head is an egg. And as you know, when confronted with boiling water, the egg toughens and gets harder. Throughout your service, like the egg, I hope your mind toughens. I hope you learn as much as you can, stay focused, and lead with a tough mind. Make sure to ask questions, and always keep in mind the chaos and stress of being in boiling water is going to make you stronger, smarter, and better. But as we learned, in order to be a good leader, you don't only need a tough mind, but also a soft heart. Sort of like a potato in boiling water. Your heart will soften by the new everlasting relationships we have built. Shout out to our host families and the Namibian staff. You are so amazing and loving and so welcoming. Thank you for laughing and loving us, even though we stink at doing laundry ironing our clothes, and polishing our shoes. Our hearts will be softened by realizing our humility and humanity as we stumble through adjusting to a new way of life. What it boils down to is, in order to be resilient, we will have to laugh at ourselves. With a soft potato heart and a tough egg mind, Peace Corps Namibia is not only going to be a deliciously resilient breakfast, but it will turn us into leaders and change us forever. The change won't happen all at once. Always remember, your heart will soften and your mind will toughen the longer you are in the boiling water. Whenever you think you aren't doing enough, I encourage you to think of yourself as a coffee bean. One bean boiled alone isn't going to do much, but that's okay, because you now belong to a family of coffee beans. And together, we're going to change this Peace Corps Namibian water into something bigger and better than ourselves. As Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Oftentimes in service, we plant trees whose shade we will never sit under. We will never know the full effect of our presence, nor will our community know the full effect they had upon us. But in this cosmic dance of